Every group has someone who insists on doing things the hard way. That friend still paying for a subscription they forgot they had. The one refusing to update their phone because it still works. I used to be that person, especially when it comes to overpaying for wireless. Then I made the switch. Finally decided to make a change in my life and made that switch to Mint Mobile. And I'm so glad that we did. Stop paying way too much for wireless because that's how it's always been. Mint exists purely to fix that. Same coverage, same speed, just without the inflated price tag. Premium wireless, you'd expect unlimited talk, text, and data, but at a fraction of what others charge. And for a limited time, you get 50% off 3, 6, or 12-month plans for unlimited premium wireless. Bring your own phone and number, activate with eSIM in minutes, and start saving immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. There's a handful of things in life where you just avoid, and you finally do it, and you think to yourself, why didn't I do this so much sooner? Well, switching to Mint will be exactly that feeling, and you will be glad that you did. You get great coverage, and all of a sudden your bill is drastically lower. Ready to stop paying? New customers can make the switch today for a limited time. Get unlimited premium wireless for just $15 per month. Switch now at mintmobile.com/VIALL. That is mintmobile.com/VIALL. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 a month equivalent, taxes and fees extra, initial plan term only. Over 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Capable devices required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. Additional terms apply. See mintmobile.com. You know I'm big on quality of sleep, and switching my pillow to Coop Sleep Goods has been a game changer for me. If you're watching this show, you see that Steve is currently enjoying a Coop Sleep Good pillow. It's incredible. I stuck with an old dirty pillow for years because I was so picky with my pillow, and then I discovered Coop Sleep Good pillows. It's amazing, and it's perfect for everyone because you can adjust the fill. So if you like a firmer pillow, softer pillow, Natalie likes it much softer, I like it a little bit more firm. We both get what we want, and we both sleep wonderfully. Also, it keeps incredibly cool. You know, they always used to say cooler than the other side of the pillow. Well, now both sides of your pillow will stay incredibly cool and comfortable all night long. You can get a free pillow consultation with their sleep expert to optimize your sleep. You also get a 100-night sleep trial. So don't take my word for it. Take your sleep's word for it. 86% of sleepers report better sleep after switching their pillows to Coop. 100,000 5-star reviews and over 1 million happy sleepers. Every pillow comes with an extra half-pound bag of 100% freshly manufactured cross-cut memory foam and microfiber. So again, customize it as you see fit. Let Coop help you show up feeling rejuvenated and ready to go. Get 20% off your first order and try Coop risk-free for a 100-night sleep better guarantee at coopsleepgoods.com/VIALL. That is COOP. Sleepgoods.com/VIALL.
You're crazy. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. Nick, your host, he's putting River down for her nap. She slept in a little bit this morning, so we're behind schedule. Usually she naps while we record.
Yes.
She's a little bit behind the schedule, so
Wait,
he's putting her
Natalie,
down.
you have to go around the room and give us all adjectives.
Oh,
you know,
yes, of
how-
course.
Mhm. You're joined by the household.
We're joined by the household. We've got Leia, who's pregnant and gorgeous and glowing and about to pop that baby out, maybe right here, right now.
On the show.
I was
Yeah.
actually having contractions
Fingers
earlier.
crossed. You were?
No.
No, Leia and I were doing a bit earlier, and I was like, yeah, no, it's so weird that you just like have been having contractions all morning.
Yeah.
Is it weird that I want to learn how to deliver?
You want to
I
like...
can
Like just
find
in
you a
case I'm
teacher.
in like a environment where I need to help someone deliver. I don't know. My brain just feels like it's a
Like
necessary.
if you're on an airplane and they're like, do you need is there a doctor? And
Yeah, or
you
like the
wanna
grocery
pay
store, like right
Justin's
now.
like, no, but I watched a couple YouTube videos.
No, but I do watch Grey's Anatomy, and I am pretty confident.
No, but
I
to
can
actually
take
get
care of this.
trained, like I feel like it'd be a useful skill just in case.
So you're saying you want to go to med school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're saying you want to change your career, you want to be an OBGYN.
I
Yeah.
don't feel like you have time right now, Justin.
I definitely
No, you
don't.
might
I
be
definitely
busy.
don't. And I respect everybody that does
Night
it.
classes.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Is it weird that I just want to hear my adjectives?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go.
sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sierra.
this has taken a turn. We also are joined by Sierra, our gorgeous, glowing New York City queen, who just posted a stunning photo on Instagram. Everyone go like and comment.
Yes.
Yes, of
Love you for
course.
that.
Sweet boy Justin is also here in the flesh on the couch. He's
Thank
looking
you.
gorgeous as ever. And our pink hair Mary Berry. There she is.
Who I like.
Mary Berry's
Mary.
cute.
Mary
Yeah,
Berry is
very
kind of
Mary.
cute.
Very
because of her
Mary.
You kind of look like a
Yeah.
berry with your pink hair.
Yeah, Mare Bear. That's what
Oh.
my mom always calls me.
I've started calling her Marty.
Yeah, Marty. I like
McFly?
Does
it.
she likes
Just
that?
Marty.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
don't
like
know. I haven't
Marty. I've
asked her.
gotten
Are you
Marty.
okay with it?
Yeah, I
Supreme?
love a nickname. Every time someone gives me a nickname, I'm like, that's so sweet. You care about me. Oh my God.
Speaking of names, did anyone have like any response to our struggling with baby
Of course.
They
names?
did, yes. It's very torn. Some people actually like Nirvana. They
Oh.
like the nickname Vanna, however you want to say. And I don't
Mhm.
disagree. I do like the nickname.
The only thing is like if like then just name the baby Vanna, you know, like if
Mhm.
you only like the nickname.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you, Natalie. Yeah.
There was one person who was like, no, Nick, absolutely not. That is a crazy idea.
I'm shocked there was only one, honestly.
Yeah, we're torn.
Okay, interesting.
Mixed reviews.
Does that change your mind, Natalie? Would
No,
you
it
reconsider
doesn't.
Nirvana?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, are we reconsidering now that
We're not reconsidering. It does make me think though, like my sister named her first daughter Elizabeth, and she was like, no, there will not be a nickname. Like no one is calling her Liz or Lizzie or Beth or Izzy. Like she will be called Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
BB.
And that's just like the complete opposite of Nirvana.
Yeah.
Nana.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Back to the board, I guess. This is a tough.
Do you want the twins' names to be similar enough so that they like feel like a unit, but different enough so they have their own identity? Or
Great
you-
question, Mayor Bear.
Yeah.
So I want them to be so completely opposite.
Yeah.
Like, do not want them even in the same realm. I don't want them to sound alike. I don't want the same letter. I want them to be
Mhm.
so different because it's like they're going to share a birthday their whole
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
They're going to be like wearing the same outfits until they start telling me no.
You have
know?
to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you would be doing a disservice to me personally if you did not.
I
match them.
know, but the only thing I'm struggling with is I have so many clothes from like when River was that
yeah.
age that I'm like,
Mhm.
obviously I need to use these, but I'm like,
That's actually a very
I
interesting.
do
dilemma.
need them to match.
I feel like, yeah, that's actually a good point.
Do you still have the order, the receipts, the can
proof,
you
the
find
timeline,
them?
the screenshots?
No, but they do. Like a lot of them were from like Kite Baby. Like I feel like I could probably find the same little onesies, you know, and just order
Mhm.
another one maybe. Or is
What
it?
Yeah.
if they end up being identical and they're dressed alike, and then you're like, gotta look for a birthmark. Gotta
I-
look like I would be like, let's dress them different.
Do you know if they're identical yet? Like, is
We
there
don't
any way to
know.
know this?
Which one do you think is going to be the Zach, and which one do you think is going to be the Cody?
Oh,
I was thinking Mary
boy.
Kate and Ashley.
Mary Kate, Ashley.
And like, which
yeah.
one are we naming? Are we naming baby A this name, or are we naming
Yeah.
baby? Like, how do you know?
Or
Yeah.
like, what if you name
That is
baby
very
A one name and baby B another name, and then they start acting like each other's names?
Yeah.
Uh oh.
It's like that.
No.
Do you know that image of like it's the spiky shape and then the swervy shape, and then it's like, do you know what I'm talking
No.
about?
Not at
no
all.
idea. what you're
Never
talking
mind. Let's move on.
Wait, I have a genuine question that this just made me think of, and sorry if I'm dumb for asking this, but when you give birth to twins, there's 2 birth certificates. How do you know which one you're naming?
That's what she's
That's what I'm
saying. It's
talking
like,
about.
how do you know? No, but you're right.
'Cause you could
like,
accidentally
how do you
name the
keep
wrong
track?
one.
If they are identical and like babies, I feel like all look the same, like similar anyways.
Fresh
Like,
out the womb.
what
Their
if you
baby.
lose track? Like, are you gonna have to like put a sticker on one of them, like nameplates? Because like, how else are you gonna?
Or like, how-
I think people take them back to the hospital,
Don't they?
and they're
What?
like, "Hey, can you please help us?" Like, which-
yeah. Wait, which
is
one? So the one with the birthmark on their thumb, like, was that Kylie or
Mhm.
was?
But I think some people, like my sister who had identical twins, I think she like they had little anklets that had like their names on them.
Mm.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
some people will like draw like a marker like on their foot, you know, like
Mm.
that's or you just
Yeah,
dress them
you're-
completely different from the start.
You'll probably
Yeah.
also know just like intuitively as a mother, like which one's which, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
They're
I
gonna
mean,
it's my
have-
first time.
You can only.
Yeah,
You can
this
only.
is my first rodeo, guys.
Yeah, you
I
can
hope
only do
so.
your best. I feel like it's also a good bit with your kid. Like my mom calls me by my brother's name, my sister's name, my dog's name.
Oh, I'm Kara, Emma, Natalie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so it's
Caroline,
like-
Emily, and then Natalie. You know,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
It's like Aaron, Grace, Lucy, Mary.
Yeah, we go down the list.
So I think it's going to be fine.
I called Louis Mozart yesterday.
Yeah.
I say the first one that comes out gets one name, and then you hold it on the left boob, and then the next one comes out on the right, and then you don't hand them back until
So it's
you're
left
like ready
child,
to.
right child.
Yeah, left is Lindsay.
Guys, I feel
right.
like the hospital maybe has like steps for this.
They definitely do.
I feel like
They
maybe
have
they.
they have to have some way to help you. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
it's just
But we were asking, like, hey, because they were saying when we do the ultrasounds, like, okay, baby A is on your left and baby B is on your right. And so then we were like, okay, so is baby A going to come out first? And they're like, not always. And it's like, fuck.
That's the thing. There's a lot of confusion here because I feel like you're not going to know at some point which one's which.
We're not. I
Also,
feel like we're
my
gonna struggle.
siblings, like my sister came out first, head first, and then my brother came out feet first,
Damn.
right after.
Really?
was
My
purple.
doctor was saying if one is head down and then the next one is butt down, we can do
A
vaginal.
C-section?
No, a vaginal birth.
Oh,
Yeah, but they
okay.
have to be in that position, either head down, or head down, butt down. If
Butt
one's,
oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I actually, I thought that they don't do that anymore, but that's interesting.
I guess my doctor like specializes
Yeah.
in twin vaginal births.
Hmm.
Like that's like her thing. She's like
I
really
don't
good
know.
at it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
That's a flex.
You know what
That
would
is
be
a
really
flex.
fun, Natalie, and you should definitely try to make this happen.
What?
What if you have one baby at 12, like 50?
And
In
they
the
have different
morning.
birthdays.
Yeah, that's really gonna be cool.
No, but that's
is if
gonna-
they have two different.
That'll
birthdays.
create animosity because then one
Why?
of them is a day older.
No,
Oh,
I think that's
that's-
good.
But
Yeah,
then
because
they'll
I
have
feel like
their
twins are
separate
always asked like, oh,
things.
well, which one's older? And then it's like, I'm 2 minutes older. You know?
Then
Yeah.
if you're like, yeah, no, I'm 2 minutes, but a full day older, you could be like that'll cause
Yeah.
some good tension. The thing is, like, you want them to have a little tension. They need to fight.
They're gonna have to fight about something.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need to fight to love.
You know what my favorite thing is just like all the pranks that they're gonna be able to play
Mm-hmm.
if they are identical.
Do you think they're gonna like want to switch their anklets and be like, oh, let's
I-
pretend
right,
that I'm
right.
Susie Lou for the day?
I'm thinking more
Mhm.
like they're gonna
Parent
like
trap.
prank their partners in the future, where it's like,
Have you seen those videos of the like twin parents? And it'll be obviously like one will have a kid, and so it's like the dad and then the uncle, and the uncle will come in and like hold the baby and like see if the baby realizes.
yes,
And
yes,
they
I've
always
seen that.
realize. The babies are always like,
You smell different.
yeah, like why are you looking at me like that?
That is not my dad.
I also saw a video where it was like the two twins and like two twin daughters. And like, I guess the dad must have been like doing something. And he said like, Penny. And she goes, no, Dad, I'm Parker. That's Penny. And it-
Oh,
Babies with accents
Aw.
kill me. Do you remember Charlie?
Just my finger.
Oh,
Charlie.
yeah.
Charlie bit me.
My niece,
Ooh.
like watching Peppa Pig, had an accent for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
They're adaptable.
Okay, Natalie, what you should do is one twin, you have them watch like
French television.
French TV. The other one you have watch British TV. So you have
this is getting
you
out
have
of
a
control.
French baby and a British baby.
This is getting out of control.
This is why I shouldn't have kids.
So what's going on in the reality TV space, guys?
The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 trailer is here, and I just got excited.
Have
Oh,
we
okay.
watched?
Yeah,
We will.
I do want to watch this. I haven't seen it yet.
Let's watch it.
Oh my God, my queen Phaedra. We have two new
we have
peach
two new,
holders.
yes, and like they're giving
And
the
they're-
scenes that they're in.
There's a clip in here that I can't wait for. I feel like we should wait.
Oh.
Here we go. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Full
I
body
eat
chills.
dead people.
I love an activated Portia.
Full body chills.
No, when I tell Leia, we went to dinner with a friend last night and we were talking about the trailer and I locked in. It took me a second. I like connected to the Matrix and I was like, I have all these questions. Is Kelly demoted to a friend of? Why is she beefing with Portia? What's happening with Angela? Like so many questions just from
Angela's
that trailer.
giving season 2 came back and ate. Like she said,
All of them.
Don't you
Honestly,
miss
all of
Dolly?"
them. The newbies too. I'm like, who are they? And like
Yeah.
they're giving.
I don't think I've ever been
Portia.
so excited and smiley during a trailer.
To see
Yeah.
Portia and Sway sit down. You guys. There's
There's something for everyone in this
Portia,
season.
you did it. Portia, you did it.
No, this is gonna be good, guys.
Oh,
Like,
so good.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I do think
Well-
we're gonna get another season of Cynthia being the peacekeeper.
Yes. of
Because you don't
course.
see her really engaging in the drama of the trailer.
I love Cynthia.
Well, that's
I
what we
know.
love
Also
about her.
so stunning.
She's just one of the most amazing, incredible, warm-hearted, kind.
Like she doesn't have to fight with them, you know? She She, like anything she says is going to shut them up. And it doesn't have to be like loud and mean and calling someone Mr. Clean, you know?
Although, amazing
Although,
line.
yes.
Although,
Am I ready?
although, if someone else is going to say Mr. Clean, don't stop.
Sat.
Yeah.
While we're watching trailers, should we also watch the Valley trailer? Because that came out too.
The Valley, no Jax Taylor.
Yes.
Mm.
Minus Jax.
Okay.
Marty?
Give
All right,
it
I'll
to
be right
me.
back, everybody.
I have to say, it feels so much lighter.
So much better.
That actually looks really good. I like.
To be honest, like even to compare it to the Valley Persian Style, I think why we like it so much is because it is like it's like a time capsule of real issues that like married couples talk about, but then it's also like
Yes.
kind of lighthearted where it's like the Valley, it was kind of so unrelatable because Jax is so dark and
Yeah.
like the Jesse stuff was so dark that it was just kind of like I feel like I'm like inviting this energy in by watching
Yeah.
it because I don't relate to it, where this is like, okay, you guys go have fun, but then it's like dealing with like hanging out with your exes. Or is a friend of a friend in the friend group gonna hook up? And then like with Jax gone, I'm like, finally these people can shine.
I
Yeah.
do have a question though. Is Tom Schwartz not dating someone? Because I thought he had a girlfriend, but here I'm like, oh,
I mean, this.
him
I
and
feel like
Michelle
this
could
was
be
shot
cute.
like a pretty
A while ago.
good amount of
check it
time because
out.
I remember seeing all these scenes being filmed.
Remember when everyone thought that like Lala and Schwartz were dating?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty recent actually.
And they always shoot it over summer because I always try to judge based on like what they're wearing at night.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, actually,
You're so
Natalie's
smart.
Natalie's right because recent was Lala dating Michelle. It was Tom Schwartz and
I think
Wait,
Tom
so
Schwartz
then is
is
it?
dating
So are they
someone.
trying to do a bit of like Lala, Michelle, Schwartz threesome throuple?
I think that the rumors were about Lala and Schwartz just to entice
then,
you, but
yes.
like
Yeah.
it's not. It was nothing real because they were both
Well, yeah,
additions on the
obviously. I'm just
cast.
what?
But the Michelle and Schwartz is what they're teasing for the season,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
I could be here for.
Wait, he definitely has a girlfriend.
honestly, I
But
don't need it to be real as long as it's entertaining.
He also might not because that was like last summer. So I'm like, he got out of that relationship with the one girl he was dating, and then he might have been single for a minute and now been in a relationship.
yeah.
And like had some fun with Lala and Michelle.
By all means,
Yeah.
please do it for the cameras.
Here's the thing about Lala is that like, listen, we obviously all have thoughts and opinions on Lala.
Mhm.
She'll just drop a line, and I'm like, keep her on
The
TV.
Polly Pocket
No,
size
Polly
yeah.
Pocket
problem.
size I'm
I don't
like,
even know what that means.
and I'm
but,
like, yes,
sounds great.
I mean, I was saying this last season when Lala would make like a surprise guest appearance, and I'm like, I want her to rip Jessie to
Mhm.
shreds. Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby.
Oh,
Like-
no, because she's such a girl's girl. Like, I know we hate the term, but she really is such a girl's girl, and she doesn't let men belittle women, especially in front of her.
Yeah.
And so, like, and I feel like that was Jesse's thing all last season was like,
Mhm.
how can I tear down Michelle?
Mhm.
And I feel like none of the other people really ever stuck up for Michelle. And I feel like now she has Lala to be like, you
Shut the fuck
little
up.
dick, Polly Pocket sized little bitch. Like, and
Yeah.
it's just, that's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to give props to Kristen because I believe Kristen filmed this like 3 months after giving birth.
Man, wow.
That's
so
a
I'm like
lot.
to be committed to going out and doing the whole thing, let alone putting like your sex life with Luke out there. Like I'm like,
Which
Can't wait to
also real issues. Like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Bring that to my screen. That's what I want to see you work through and talk
Mhm.
about, and like not the darkness that Jax Taylor brought. So
Yeah.
this feels lighter and fresher, and I am excited.
Me too.
So excited.
Can I say one thing about Kristen?
of course.
I think Kristen Doty might be one of the most incredible reality TV fixtures in the entire planet in history because it's like to watch her from season 1 of Vanderpump Rules,
Mhm.
Mhm.
hooking up with Jax Taylor and lying about it while watching Drive.
Yes, unfortunately.
To go to watch her do, and then the going back to Sandoval's apartment, like in that little like to watch her go from being that girl
Mm-hmm.
to where she is now, and I'm just like, this is what reality TV
Now
is all
she is
about. And
the
she's just
girl.
she's the girl. She's always been compelling. She's always just been like messy and chaotic, and is gonna smoke a cigarette. And I'm like, yeah, representation.
Well, if you are wondering what my stylish, cute, cozy sweatshirt is, Leia, are you also wearing one?
I am.
Yes, of course.
And
This
the
is
hat.
our new limited time merch.
And
It is out. Shop now. You don't want to miss it. It's cute. It's vintage looking. It's cozy. It's welcome to the household. It's how's your heart. 2 iconic Viall Files lines. Also, the Viall Files is going on the road. We will be live. We are partnering up with Netflix is a Joke, and we will be sitting down with the cast of Temptation Island on May 6th. You can get tickets now. Come join us. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring whoever. It's going to be messy and it's going to be fun. You can also sign up for Viall Files Plus now and become a member of the household today via the supporting cast at viallfiles.com. This week, we do a deeper dive into Love is Blind. We talked more about the Alex and Ashley and went back into previous seasons. We also had a great update call and talked about all the pop topics we didn't get into last week. We watched Mormon Wives trailer and talked all about how excited we are for the new season. Also, there's a community thread on there where we pose questions and encourage discourse. You are all part of the household, and we are excited to hear your hot takes and thoughts.
Yes, please send your questions. We love to answer and we love to goof, especially when we're on Plus.
We also have Mercedeh from the Valley Persian Style, who we know I love very, very much. So I'm so excited to finally have her on. The conversation is very vulnerable and open. She talks a lot about her and Tommy's relationship, where she is today. And I'm so excited for you guys to listen to that interview. So that is later on this episode.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Sometimes it can feel like everyone has it together. You know what they say, comparison is a thief of joy. Well, stop wasting your energy comparing yourself to others and use some of that energy to take care of your mental health. We're big advocates of therapy out there, but to make therapy work for you, you have to feel good about it. You have to find a therapist that's right for you. With them working with over 30,000 therapists and allowing you to switch for free until you land on a therapist that's right for you, it essentially guarantees you that you will find a therapist that you feel really great about. I always treat therapy like a bicycle helmet, not reconstructive surgery. Maintenance is key. I find it to be far more effective when you stay consistent. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/VIALL. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/VIALL. Every dollar helps when it comes to budgeting your financial life a little better. Monarch is an all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts, and investments, net worth, and future planning. It's all together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop. Feel aware and in control of your finances this year and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code VIALL. With automated weekly money recaps and tracking progress towards future financial goals, it's easier than ever to stay financially fit in the short and long term. Monarch isn't your average personal finance app. Unlike most other personal finance apps, Monarch is built to make you proactive, not just reactive. Tracking your money is easier than ever with some of Monarch's most popular features. We always say the broom, the bedroom, and the budget are three key pillars to any healthy relationship, so make sure that budget category is taken care of. Money is the leading cause of relationship stress. And 7 out of 10 members say Monarch improves financial conversations with their partner based on a 2025 survey of Monarch members. 8 out of 10 members say Monarch gives them a cheaper, clearer picture of where their money is going. Set yourself up for financial success in 2026 with Monarch. The all-in-one tool makes proactive money management simple all year long. Use code VIALL at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code VIALL.
I cannot explain to you how much more confident I feel now that I know my hair is healthy, it's long, it's no longer shedding in the shower, and that is because of Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. This is a brand I've used for years. I took it before I got pregnant. I've taken them after I've been pregnant. The postpartum one truly saved me postpartum. And it is a product I will recommend until the end of time. My mom takes it. My mother-in-law takes it. So many people in like my hair salon talk about it. It's just such a product that so many people believe in. And it's because they are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested to measure improvements in hair growth, quality, and strength. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Nutrafol offers multiple formulas for men and women tailored to different life stages like postpartum or menopause, and lifestyle factors such as plant-based diet, so you get support that's actually right for you. Consistency is key to meaningful results, and Nutrafol makes staying consistent simple, setting you up for long-term success with automated deliveries, free shipping, up to 20% savings. So let your hair become one less thing taking up space in your head and see thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code VIALL. That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code VIALL.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
So nothing. We just...
Natalie handled that.
I was like, what do I do next, guys?
We did
We did decide on your baby's names.
Yeah, but
it's
we're not gonna-
official. You will be surprised.
Did
Yeah, we're
anyone
not gonna
like
tell you.
Nirvana?
You had 1 or 2 fans out there who were
Okay.
supporting you.
Nick, I
Mhm.
liked it.
Thank you, Justin.
Well, did y'all see that all of the Mormon wives got executive producer credits on this next season?
Did they?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wow.
Good for them.
As they should.
They deserve it.
All of them but Demi, because I think she's friend of this season.
Really? That's interesting.
That is very
Yeah.
interesting.
Like, does it take away a little bit of the like, because now it's like, oh, they're producers.
Executive producer can mean a lot of different things. Recently, Amanda Seyfried did an interview where she talked about she has a producer credit for this movie, and she was like, "It's a vanity title. I literally did nothing but act," which is very common when it comes to like actors in movies and things like that. This is really interesting because, like, I imagine it was, it's not a lot of people like Amanda acknowledge that, and it still obviously will show up on people's credits, and it's a bit of a flex. But it will be interesting now that the word gets out. Will fans see this as them control their edit? I would be shocked if this is anything other than like a vanity title, because there's no way they're going to give them control of their edit.
Well, I don't think they're going to have control over their edit, but I would say that executive producer for them makes sense because if you think about the context of Mormon Wives and the way the show works, so much of it is based off of their TikToks and the way that they produce
Operated in
their
life.
own, they operate in their life and produce their own content. So it's like there's this interesting aspect of Mormon Wives where there is a show kind of going on within the show, and that is their TikTok presence. And in that, they're actively producing that every single day.
Okay, Mary.
So executive producer on the show makes sense to me.
But nevertheless, it's kind of a landmark thing in the
Like,
reality
isn't
TV
this what
space.
Vicky Gumbelson has been like begging for on OC? Was like a producer
Vicky
credit?
Gumbelson isn't posting Fruity Pebbles TikToks. That's all I'm going to say.
That is true.
No, but it's really interesting to see where the industry going and the power and influence reality stars are having more and more of, and to be able to negotiate a producer credit or an executive producer credit,
Yeah.
regardless of like what that means. But
I mean, I think it's important for them to have autonomy within like this show that they're making.
sure, but I'm just saying historically when it comes to reality TV stars, regardless of like, we can get into the ethics of it all, but
Does Kyle Cook have a producer credit on Summer House since he was like brainchild?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but they just had their biggest season premiere ever. 2 million views.
thank you to Amanda and Kyle.
Yeah.
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 How do you think the women of Salt Lake City housewives are feeling about the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives ladies having more autonomy over
Oh,
their
yeah.
storylines? Because
Well, again, I think that's the question. Do they actually have more autonomy? Or are they just getting a producer credit?
That is interesting that they wouldn't have shed more information around it. They just were like, congratulations, ladies, you're now like EPs on the show.
But I think it's less, Mormon Wives is less scripted reality in the way that Bravo is. And Mormon Wives is kind of reacting to what they're already doing independently more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get what's going on in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Well, did you guys see the drag brunch that Whitney Rose just did?
that I did.
Honestly, she didn't hold back, and she did like a Q&A with fans. So they were like coming up or asking them from the crowd, and one specific fan asked like what really happened on the plane, and she basically said Lisa and Meredith are lying. The only reason we don't know the truth is that there are lawsuits from people way bigger than me. I can lose my job over this. And like it's interesting that she's saying this because also like earlier this week we also saw that there is apparently a new clause in their contract for everybody joining this season. And I mean, Sarah, if you want to read it, it's essentially a gag order on them to not control the storylines with like outside media or whatnot.
What we're told is that it's called a narrative integrity clause. And basically, the cast is not allowed to create, influence, or leak storylines about the show or other cast members off camera. This includes using third parties as proxy, and on-camera discussions about unverified activity will be cut from the final edit, and any verified activity is punishable on a scale that includes financial penalties, loss of screen time, demotion, and firing. So it
Damn.
sounds like production isn't fucking around with everything that's going on, and just like he said, she said, now I'm not held responsible or blaming production for things that clearly cast members should be taking credit for. But I mean, I think it's really smart for Bravo and for the production company.
Do you think this is about Lisa Barlow being the quote unquote source? Do you remember that conversation?
I think it's I think it's the Jen Shaw. I think it's
Black
the black eye. I
everything.
think it's I think
Yeah.
that there's a lot of the plane, the footage,
Yeah.
I mean, it's 6-7 seasons of Salt Lake City of Finstas and blogs.
Well, it's not just Salt Lake City. I mean, I think, it's interesting because the more we cover Bravo, the more I've learned about how this universe operates. And it's the one kind of universe that really has leaned into the blogger / creator to create, I don't know what their intention was to create storylines, but to make sure that discourse was happening about the shows. I think it is kind of metastasized and mutated into something that's a little more toxic. And now that you have the way TikTok and Instagram are paying creators, the more viral your views, the more money you make. And I think it's becoming harder and harder for these shows to, keep the storylines in-house, so to speak. It's like they do interviews with these creators / bloggers to get their story out, put out their point of view in a way that, they can kind of I didn't say that. That didn't come from me. It's like that having that deniability. And the more that happens, again, you're giving power to certain people who are, it's like a tit for tat, it's pay to play, and it becomes harder and harder to manage. And it also can get really toxic because people are often spreading misinformation or just telling their version of a story, which is often very much their version and not the truth.
I also am curious if the other franchises will follow. Obviously, they're under different production companies, some of them, but I'm kind of shocked that OC didn't get this as well.
Yeah.
Considering how we ended last season with the call with the automated voice guy being Tamara leaked everything to me, and it's how did we not?
Well, I mean, that's what makes the Mormon Wives getting executive producer credit so interesting because a lot of these things operate on precedent, until something happens. Now, once something happens, I don't care if it's Bravo or someone else. For example, Bachelor contracts were always something people are very interested in. And if they casted someone with a big name, a little bit more notoriety, they would be very reluctant to pay someone extra. And sometimes they would even do workarounds. It's we'll pay, this will be your salary in writing, and then maybe negotiate other incentives so they could say, no one's made X before. Because once someone does something, it becomes a lot harder to tell someone in the future no, because they'd be well, you did, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
And then in the past, they'd be it's a lot easier to say, we don't do that, we've never done that. And once you say yes to it, it opens up the door. So it is really, I think, fascinating that the women of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives got this executive producer credit. And this will definitely open the door for more reality TV stars to get more influence and power. And you're seeing it now in just media landscape. You're seeing, I think you just saw Jessie Draper. She just signed with CAA. I think we saw Jesse Solomon also sign with CAA. I mean, 3 years ago, you wouldn't see virtually any reality TV stars sign with some of these bigger agencies.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing that it's becoming more and more commonplace. In the past, the podcast industry 5 years ago was just kind of a fun little thing that people were getting into. Now it's one of the top revenue streams for these agencies, in some cases more than the TV business and more than the movie business. So the whole landscape is changing. And you're seeing more, we're going to, in 5 years, we're not going to say reality TV star, and not in the way that we say it now, where it's not quite the same as a real star. It's you say reality TV star to almost minimize them, as opposed to maybe in the past, it was are you a movie star or are you a TV star?
Yeah.
And you're going to see less and less in that.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because it's if you think about the way the entertainment industry exists right now, which is, there's a pandemic, strike, completely destabilized the entire industry, right? And so out of that, there's no scripted content you can make during that time. And in that, you have this is also right after Scandal. This is right after the biggest thing that ever happened, honestly, in Bravo and in reality TV as far as monoculture. I didn't even watch really that much Bravo at that time, but I knew so much about Scandal. So it's you had this big monocultural moment right around the time when scripted was, you know, things are changing, everything's on streamers, promotion isn't the same, and then you have these big giant talent agencies that are now scrambling to figure out how to make money, right? And then where the money is in unscripted. And so it's really interesting to see, like, even with the rise of podcasts and stuff, it's like outside of the traditional aspect of media that has been funding this industry for so long.
And part of it is because the creator economy has become so big, and there's a lot of intersection between reality TV star and like influencer and creator economy, where your kind of traditional celebrity has been more reluctant to like tap into that market.
Yeah. I just think there's like a shift in the industry at large into personality versus like story.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. I just think that's what's happening. It's interesting.
Is Kyle Cook a EP on Summer House since he was like the brainchild of Summer House?
He does not have an official credited producer. role in Summer
Interesting.
House.
But not shocking. This is a huge news that
I wonder if now it's opening the door for these other people to be like, wait, I
think they should.
the Mormon Wives getting executive producer credit is huge news. I mean, it's a huge, I think, industry moment.
Self-producing is no longer a dig.
Yeah.
Or critique.
Well, we did have a pretty good episode of Summer House that aired last night. Like, Lindsay Hubbard is just, her and Ben, I do need it to happen, unfortunately.
Ben announced on Watch What Happens, like, well, not announced, but like kind of he got tricked into announcing, but he has a girlfriend. He's in a relationship. And then Andy teased that we're going to see some of that this season. So who knows? It could be Bailey. It could be Lindsay. It could be someone we haven't met yet.
Oh, so he just was like, oh, I'm in a relationship.
We just don't know with who. It could be one of the girls.
He was asked a question. I think it was fuck, marry, kill. And he was like, I'm not going to answer that. I'm in a relationship. And then Andy's like, and you will see that play out later on this season.
What a nice little tease.
Well, if you missed the episode that aired last night, we do have a rapid recap. First and foremost, this episode is titled Heated Rivalry. Mia has blue cheese raw dogging in her purse from bringing it to the club, which is actually a true definition of a girl's girl. Jesse thinks she's nice. Everyone is geeking about Sierra and West flirting again, but he's not ready to settle down still, sad face. West made everyone redneck quiche and tells everyone to bring their bangable single friends, not for themselves, for others, to a mixer. Lindsay and Ben are vibing mama. Bailey has matched with most of the guys there on Hinge already and thinks Ben and Lindsay are cute, but she's still into him. Amanda is low-key miserable being married at this event. West's friends, who is also his ex, is there, but they're literally chill. Mia wants everyone to be acting single and drinking double. The next weekend, Amanda is really trying to have a good time while Kyle intensely makes beats on his laptop at the living room table. Jesse is low-key circling Sierra and asks Wes if he'd be cool with that. Wes is like, and it's drama alert. Mia had a spicy dream about John Hamm, and I also have those multiple
Same.
times,
Yeah, me too.
so I understand. KJ thinks trying not to be a lover boy. KJ thinks trying not to be a lover boy feels very fraudulent. Lindsay is worried Jesse is catching feelings for Sierra. He just wrote a song about being in love with his best friend. He's not saying it's about Sierra. She also just doesn't know about it. Wes tells Jesse most people would call him a dickhead for asking about Sierra.
I second that. I third it.
It was so weird.
Bro. Jesse Solomon. Like, Jesse, I'm begging you. Chill the fuck out. man.
Literally.
Like, take a step back.
I hate how he made me feel two different types of way about him in one episode, because he was like, you want to go to the bed? And I was like, hee hee hee, the way he's like filling in Paige's tiny shoes in this bed. LOL, so funny, so cute. And then towards the end, I was like, oh, you're giving like guy friend who's always had a crush, but trying to pretend like you're a safe space. But in actuality, like the fact that you're planning on a drunken makeout, creep.
Jesse, I mean, listen, he seems like, I met him, he seems like a really swell, wonderful guy, you know, but in the scheme of dating, he has some toxicity to him a little bit with dating. And I honestly, like, you know how Wes was talking about, he brings these girls, these attractive women, and he's like, yeah, you know, we might have hooked up in the past. But honestly, I think West has like a fairly healthy, like, the fact that he's just a very single guy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes when, like, you know, when hot people walk into a room, sometimes there's this like, we need to see each other naked tension, you know? And sometimes it's just good to get it over with. And the fact that West has like hooked up with some people and then remain friends with, you know, they clearly like didn't cross like an emotional line where it got too heavy. And it seems like Wes is pretty much like, he's pretty direct. He's pretty upfront. He doesn't seem to lead people on, where Jesse seems to like, he can't really separate just like being kind of like a casual hookup guy without like dipping his toes into like, am I in love with you? Am I not in love with you?
I don't know if I
Writing a
agree
song
with
about
that
every
stuff.
girl that you date within 1 week of dating them and send them a copy of it, like that's giving like baiting. That's giving like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I don't understand how all these girls think I'm in love with them.
Here's my thing about that. As someone who do be writing songs sometimes, keep that shit in your notes app.
A real lover boy.
A real
would.
lover boy is gonna keep that in his
SoundCloud
notes
it.
app. Maybe SoundCloud it.
Maybe release
Not
it on
even-
an album
no.
5 years from now.
Maybe in 5 years. Okay, that is, or when you are in a committed relation. Like, do not.
And might even deny when said girl asks,
Yes.
is this song about me? And be like, I don't know.
It is love bombing.
No, his job title on Summer House is musician. Huh?
Oh, is it? I didn't realize that.
Guys, he had one cute moment last season where he sang like a little tune and everyone was like, oh my God, cute, love, such a slay. Like, let's make it like a funny little. And then he's like, oh, so you want me to be a musician and a singer. So you want me to put out an album. Okay, I'll put out an album. And it's like, no. We don't want all that.
Jesse.
The internet said we didn't ask for that.
Jesse.
No.
What part of the West stuff that you don't agree with?
I don't agree. I mean, I think he definitely led Sierra on and
I'm not saying he's got a perfect track record. I'm just saying I think he learned from that experience where Jesse hasn't seemed to learn from last season.
No, well, also it's like he was flirting with Sierra when he was with Lexi last season. Let's like not forget that.
yeah, no, for sure.
Also, like, I just remember the conversation that Amanda, Sierra, and Paige, and they were having a conversation about who do you think fucks better, and it was Jesse or West, and they were like, West, like, knows what he's doing. Jesse's the guy that asked, like, was that good? Did you finish?
No,
and that
Jesse-
West is the guy that knows that you finished.
Jesse
Period.
100% is like the guy who wants
Did
to
you
do
come?
6'9" and he wants to be on the bottom.
100%.
And like
Did you
it's
just-
just impossible. And you're
You
like,
just-
Jesse, we
Literally.
can't. And he's like, no, but I want to lay down on my back.
I think Wes had real feelings for Sierra and was juggling like that, you know, and it didn't work out. But I'm just saying in other situations, I think West has been able to like go out and party and he meets an attractive woman and like shit happens, they make out. And then I think whatever he's doing, he's communicating in an upfront way that doesn't make some of these women feel led on or used, where and they're just kind of like, cool, you know, like, okay, you've let me know, you've told me. They're not sitting there wondering where they stand. Maybe.
I mean,
The fact that he has a handful of
it had
women,
been years since him and that girl.
either way,
hooked up.
I mean, you know, some guys run into women they hooked up with years ago, and it's like, fuck you.
Well, Lindsay and Carl are able to hang out.
True. I
Took
think
him a
it's-
minute.
I think
but
it's also with Jesse. It's like, listen, you can be someone who like falls fast and falls hard,
Mhm.
and that's like, because that's a you thing. That is completely like the way you process emotions. But it's very easy and respectful to not tell people that. You know what I mean? Like, you can just like be chill about it and let another person like, you don't have to love bomb them. Like, that's intentional. What he did to Lexi. I don't know.
I don't know if it was intentional, maybe it was, but it was certainly careless and
Careless is the
thoughtless
better
of
word,
her
yeah.
feelings, it seemed
Yeah.
like.
I have to say though that I don't blame Jesse solely because when Sierra walked into that singles mixer, even I had to stand up for a second. I was like, oh my God, this
Yeah,
bitch is
she
so
looks-
hot.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
I'd be a little careless in that situation as well. Yeah.
Is this
not
my
gonna
sexual
lie.
awakening? Because I was like, damn.
Welcome to the club, baby.
Thanks. Heated rivalry.
Peter rivalry.
The fact that Kyle booked a DJ gig while he was visiting his family for his family reunion in New Hampshire, like, tells me everything I need to know.
I honestly feel bad for him. You don't want to know why? Because some people like never change. You know, we'll get into Potomac, but like I think it was such a breath of fresh air to see Monique this season and at the reunion. And she is clearly someone who's done some real work on herself. And while obviously like her marriage didn't work out, and it sounds like her ex was, you know, certainly part of the problem, she seems to focus more on like the role she played in it. And when you see Kyle and Amanda talk, it's just all he can talk about is what Amanda's not doing. Meanwhile, when Amanda talks, she's focused on the relationship. She wants to connect with him and things like that. And Kyle's just like, here's what you don't do for me. Here's what you don't do for me. And it's just like, I wouldn't be surprised that the next person Kyle dates is going to be someone who's like always gassing him up, super impressed with his DJ career, and is going to make him feel a lot of these things he's not getting from Amanda. And then he'll start dating this person. Maybe it becomes serious, maybe get engaged. And then because he's never really changed or never really thought he needs to make some meaningful changes in how he shows up in a relationship and shows up for his partner, it's just going to be this cyclical thing. And honestly, it makes me sad for him.
Yeah. And on the inverse, I would say that a lot of credit goes to Carl Radke. I think he's the number one guy in the group, in my opinion, because that's somebody who battled addiction, battled a lot of dark stuff, and he could have been taken down. He had his fiance accuse him of using drugs. And I think that he is the biggest turnaround personality-wise from season 1 of Carl to who he is today, that I'm like, I can't wait to see who ends up with Carl, because they're actually going to be lucky with this version that they get of him, because he actually did the work.
Yeah. It seems like Kyle's biggest frustration is like, no one gets me, you know? And so he's just going to keep looking for people who he thinks gets him. But like, he needs to be willing to show up.
You have to get others.
I'm never going to feel bad that you're upset with your wife because she doesn't want to go out all the time, and that you're sitting here trying to make her seem like a lazy piece of shit because she doesn't want to be out at the club at 2 a.m.
When he was like apologizing and he's like, that's just like the drunkest I've ever been. And she's like, well, that's not true. But
Not true.
go ahead. Like, I feel like that's his excuse every time.
Over
It does
the
make me
weekend.
feel sad for them. I mean, I know it's easy to like, joke about his DJ career, but like, if I'm right, and I don't know if I am, but it does make me sad that like the reality is you see some people and it's honestly not hard to predict how things are going to play out for them.
It's hard for me to feel bad when you have the last 10 years and your entire marriage on record of like how you've treated your partner and like what the criticisms are of your behavior, and you still can't seem to see that you are part of the problem.
And having heard from Amanda where she said that they stopped watching the episodes together because they would just like fight again about what it was that they were fighting about in the episode. And it's like the fact that you can't sit back, watch that and be like, oh, okay, now I see it. Like totally I see where you're coming from. I'm sorry. It's like, no, he would just continue, I feel like, to
He says,
defend.
no, I'm so funny. It's so funny when I pull my dick out. It's
I
so
love calling you a
funny."
bitch. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
This
Great for
has
ratings.
got to be the last season for both of them on Summer House, right? Like they're just going to be in the new spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle can't possibly show up single as a DJ.
It's a bunch of 22-year-olds in a house and he's just DJing.
That can't be.
Cringe.
Honestly, I kind of
Cringe
feel
city.
like Kyle might stay at Summer House. My inkling is that Kyle's in this new season, but I feel like depending upon when they filmed this, that it's pretty much the deterioration of them, or like they're separating in the city. And I feel like Kyle's going to be one that still wants to go send it. He's, choosing that as his career. And I feel like it's going to be following Amanda in the city with the girls.
Kyle is kind of giving Matthew McConaughey and Dazed and Confused a bit.
It's interesting though with Kyle and Amanda, because now that we know they're separated and they seem to be civil and they're working together, I think it's one of those relationships where like now that they've agreed to part ways, both of them for different reasons have less expectations of each other. So like they'll be less disappointed, specifically Amanda, right? Now that Amanda's just like, all right, we're separated. I no longer have to work on this marriage. She will probably in some ways be able to see the good in Kyle because she's not trying to make a marriage work anymore. But once Amanda meets someone new, and I'm sure she will, probably relatively soon, I think it'll be a very difficult time for Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I feel like once Kyle is like with the girl who's like loving to be behind him at his DJ set, eventually she's gonna be like, hey, like I just kind of want to Netflix and chill. He'll be like, but you still love this about me. You come on, this is what we like bonded over. You loved that I was a DJ. And she's like, but now you're 55.
And then Amanda is gonna be snug as a bug in her bed with someone that loves and cares about
Sharing
her.
a joint.
True.
Watching and I just want someone that like looks at Amanda Petula the way Amanda Petula deserves to be looked at.
The way we look at Amanda.
And
The
So,
way
yeah,
we
the
look
way
at
that I
like
look at her
someone
to
look
really
at this girl the way we look at her.
That all
She's
being
special.
said, I sincerely appreciate, as a fan of reality TV, both Kyle and Amanda's willingness to like put this on camera for us to like watch and dissect, because it is truly fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, well, next up, we have the iconic Mercedeh. You also might know her as MJ from Valley Persian Style. And boy, was it a great episode last night. And we have so many questions for Mercedeh. She's up next. Mercedeh, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So excited to have you.
So excited.
Mhm.
First of all, how's your heart? How you doing?
Broken,
Oh, no.
smashed into a zillion
No.
pieces.
Mm,
You couldn't tell by looking at you, just have to say.
Oh, thank
Absolutely
you.
stunning.
yeah.
No, I'm very married, and I feel very like wedding ring still on,
Oh,
his still on. I kind of like saw him last night, and I was like checked for it to see if it was still on, and I was like, okay, good, I feel good.
Well, if you're comfortable, do you mind talking about you and Tommy's relationship and where it stands today?
I'm just emotionally
Yeah.
still very married.
Connected, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
How has
There's
it been
no
watching these episodes back?
hell? It's hell. I don't watch them.
You don't? Okay. Yeah. Because last
All-
night's episode, like obviously knowing we were going to have you on was, we loved the show. We watch it intensely. And there's so many great things about this show. And it was obviously difficult to watch, right? I mean, you had this amazing event. Your whole group showed up for you, your whole community, your people. And to see Tommy, I don't know what's edited. I don't know if things are made to look a certain way, but it was hard to see your person not show up for you and to just not be able to get out of his own head in a way that was just, whether it's, my parents there were a couple times when I was a kid that I had to wait at school and call collect to be like, Mom, pick me up this Nick. Every parent has maybe done that, but yeah, it was tough to watch, and my heart really went out for you just because you can tell, in the beginning of that episode, we got to see you and Tommy talk about your connection, and yeah, we fight, but there's still a lot of love there, and it's always tough to watch a relationship, and we see a little bit of this on Summer House with Kyle and Amanda. One
Mhm,
person
mhm.
fights so hard and just wanting to make it work, trying to make it work, but their partner just doesn't seem to want to meet them halfway. And I always say, it's like, you can only do 100% of your half. And it's heartbreaking to watch you do 100% of your half and like 50% of his.
So when I watch, I find it to be really painful because while we were doing this, filming this, it was only 6 months ago, I felt like all of the things that we were working through had a solution. And I really thought that we were going to be able to, like, you can bring something up with your spouse who you love. He is the love of my life. And I had been together for a whole entire 10 years, married 7, and I had zero intention of getting separated. And I still don't want that because I wanted to just work through our things. Like, okay, Tommy has a hard time letting things go, but it's not about Reza at all. It's not about, it is more about participating in our lives. So it's like, with Summer House and watching Kyle and Amanda, like I found that also really hard to watch. And then I'll come back and I'll look at something that Tommy and I did. And it's okay to be defensive at first. If you're stressed out, late to school, the parking lot is packed,
Mhm.
You can make a mistake and you can just still come back and say like, oh man, today I was like really short fused and I got like, but now come around and then tell me that you love me. Tell me that we can work through something. And it's called conflict resolution. That's what is the most important thing about compatibility in a marriage, is not like what happens. It's like how you go through life together. So obviously I want to go through life holding hands with the man of my life. I just didn't think that I actually was the one that ended the marriage. I think he did over and over and over again. And for day after week after month after year, I think he is the person who checked out and left. I just might have filed the paperwork because I loved him so much still. I still love him so much that I can't bear to be, heartbroken every day. That's what it is in a nutshell.
Can I ask you a question, and feel free if you don't want to answer it, we don't have to, but hearing you say that you still don't want to get this divorce, was part of you filing deep down, hoping that it was just like the last resort wake up call?
100%. am I not supposed to admit that? Like, why wouldn't I? It's like going to your therapist and lying to your therapist. Like, why not be, I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And I didn't file because I fell out of love at all. And that's why my ring emotionally and symbolically, and that's why yeah. And it's funny, like people think like, oh girl, you're single now. We're going to go out and, we're going to hit the bars. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Well, you're just not
I'm-
there yet, but I mean, I haven't been married for 10 years, so I'm not trying to say I know what it's like to be in your shoes, but I have had relationships, serious relationships, long relationships not work out. And I will say, like, I never, when I finally left the relationship, had any regrets, because I definitely at times felt like I was the fighter. Like I was trying to do, a little bit of their half and some of mine. And I will say with confidence that if this marriage finally, if you go through with the divorce, you won't have any regrets. You will know that you fought. You will know that you did everything you could, because I do think there's a lot of people who leave relationships and they can't say that they really gave it their all. And I do think a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not, and maybe Tommy will be in these shoes to say, they will realize it when it's far too late.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope, I pray, I wonder if he has any reflection. He doesn't, talk to me about anything. So I hope, like you that's what you hope, that somebody will like either stay angry, which I hope he doesn't choose that over everything else. But that's what we see happen like time and time again. So yeah, I just want him to kind of like be able to say like, hey, we've still have history and we deserve, whatever our status is, to be kind and loving, and we can still retrace our steps and walk back from this.
In this last episode that aired, he had had ran all those errands and was bringing all of the things to your Twilight Open, and like obviously that was so kind and definitely showed like his supportive side, doing all of that for you. But then he like left everything on the curb, and you asked like, hey, can I just have 5 minutes? And he was like, no, get out of the car, like I'm leaving. On camera watching it didn't really seem to shake you. How did you feel in that moment?
Yeah, I've definitely become so glazed over in life, and I know that I'm very calm on the top, because you can't have two psychos always being big and loud. Like one of you has to be the chill person that's not going to turn everything into World War III. And I am on the inside, I want to say like, how the fuck can you walk away right now? I'm like standing here sweating my tits off in heels in the heat of summer, and I just felt that way often. So that's why, but like you said, like he did run around a lot and do a lot of errands. So like he did help me that day. He was instrumental in the outcome of running and doing some of the things that I frankly should have had an assistant, a helper do for me. But in the absence of that, like, yeah, well, just a little more love and tenderness would be really much needed and appreciated, because that's the thing that like the show may not be able to cover. Kyle and Amanda are like the main cast of their show, right? So you get to see 90% of their story during that show. But like for Tommy and me, you don't see our day in, day out on a long loop. You see like snippets. And then what's happening is that feeling of, being emotionally alone. That solo mish is not fun. And that's
I mean, I've learned a lot through therapy, like my abandonment issues that I have and things like that. And there's a level of abandonment you must have felt in some of these moments, from your partner when in the moments where you really, it's like, there's nothing better. There's so many great things about having a relationship and feeling good about your relationship. But to me, it's like that number one feeling is, being able to count on that person when you feel alone, when you really need someone to show up, and you always know you can go to that person, no matter what. And Yeah. So
Yeah, we have that. I mean, we used to have that when we were together. There are definitely a lot of, I mean, he definitely is my best friend, or was. And we would lean on each other a lot. You know, we had that the compatibility of being able to make those jokes. I was the butt of a lot of his jokes, and I felt like that was like a little imbalanced. So, you know, I don't believe in throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Like, I'm not going to say like he was a monster. That's
Sure,
complete
yeah.
BS. Like, but obviously I came from a broken family. I never wanted that to be my story. And maybe that's why I'm extremely hopeful that there can be some way that, I don't know, like, I just don't know. Like, you can't be the only one that thinks a certain way. Like, you have to both
Yeah.
Mhm.
want
it,
something.
yeah.
So he hasn't reached out at all after any of these episodes have aired to you?
No. I mean, we see each other or talk to each other on a daily basis for our son,
Yeah.
of course. And we live super close to each other, also by design, of course. But speaking about anything, zero.
I imagine he wasn't always like this.
No, I would have never married that.
Yeah. When you look back, was there a time in the relationship where you feel like something really changed in him?
I can't believe that. You know how Kyle was saying the minute that we got married, you stopped going out?
Mhm.
Like, how ridiculous that was.
Yeah.
Like, I unfortunately relate to that a lot, where it's like, why did things stop happening? Like, why? You know,
Yeah.
when are you supposed to stop having fun or stop, you know, like I said, like, just walk together, go through everything together.
Mhm.
Don't have such a Stonewall Jackson hard line against things that are just adulting and difficult. And you have to be vulnerable to be able to move past things. You can't just, you know, be cool and like sweep everything under the rug. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to move forward together, like as a unit.
Yeah.
Well, and then
Yes.
like, you know, in 2026, I think everyone uses therapy speak now because
Mhm.
we all become familiar with words like boundaries, and we heard Tommy talk about his boundaries, but it's always fascinating. I think as individuals, we now, if we call something a boundary, we feel incredibly justified, you know, for that belief because it's a boundary, and the thought of is like all boundaries are healthy. But I think we sometimes learn that sometimes a boundary is just a better way of saying, I'm really stubborn about this and I refuse to change.
The therapy glossary of terms is not going to save your life.
Yeah.
You can't just, you know, come up with some thing that you're going to present every time and then that'll be it. So right now he's like really mad at Jeff. You know, before he was mad at Reza, he's also mad at my mom. You know, it can't be like, to me, I was like, wait a minute, is there a pattern? Why are we choosing to stay mad and blame everyone else? It's like, at the end of the day, it's just you and me. Nothing else matters.
Why is he
Right.
mad at Jeff? Jeff Lewis?
Yeah, because so I do the radio,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you know, Jeff was disappointed. People in my life are disappointed
Yeah.
that, you know, we didn't work out, and they're kind of mad because of the reasons that I don't talk about, you
Mm.
know. And so yeah, I really like, that's a regret too, that when I go on radio that I kind of allowed Jeff to talk about things that hurt at home. It's kind of like made things a little hard, and I'll definitely take it up with him. But it's not an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. It's just that I did notice a pattern that Tommy can just get himself really riled up and stay mad. And then it's like we don't get to ever get to anything
Yeah.
because it's more about us than it is about anybody else.
Mhm.
Do you see a lot of similarities with Tommy and Sky?
Well, she's, I think, got to have a lot of regrets about, hopefully, about like some of the choices that she made, because it is really hard to watch she's stubborn. But I don't think that she sees, yeah, I guess that's true. That's probably why they like each other and follow each other and comment on each other's things, because yeah, I think that having a hard line instead of being vulnerable is a shitty thing.
Yeah. They're like, you're always right and I'm never wrong, so we definitely get along.
Well, the big difference is Sky hates the Valley, and I feel like Tommy likes the Valley.
He does like the Valley.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of softball leagues.
Do you feel like
Baseball.
Sky, if given the opportunity, will come back next season?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah, that makes
Yes.
sense. I think she likes the limelight.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who is presenting the way that she has, she came on the show to present a lifestyle. And I think that there's a lot of charming aspects of her. Like, she actually could have done less of a disservice to herself if she was more vulnerable, right? Because all of the jazz hands doesn't really work. The audience is going to sniff out the rat. And then I'm not calling her a rat, but I do think that she was a really charming girl. Like, just her idiosyncrasies, if they were if she toned it down a little bit and instead of being a snob, it could have been like, oh, she's so cute. She only eats at Erewhon, but it's like, no, you can't say that everyone else is disgusting and not as good as you. Like, you can't be better than everyone. The
No.
superiority complex is not a flex.
It's not like she's just being like, oh, I love these kinds of things and this is what makes me happy. I'm sorry, I'm a pretty little princess. She's like, no, you guys are disgusting.
And
because you're not like me.
what does I piss on love mean?
Yeah. So basically, I'm like standing there going like, what about Thanksgiving? Like, the whole your whole family unit is Tanning and Greg and everyone.
Yeah.
And so it's an expression. It's a
Yeah.
Persian expression. It's slang. It's like a very unpolished person that would speak that way. It's also not congruent with what she presents because you don't talk that way.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
she always comes for Gigi.
Right. And the napkin.
Yes.
The things are
But
cooking.
it sounds like you know Sky, obviously, in ways that the viewers and us don't. But it sounds like, despite what we're seeing, you know that there is a softer, more likable side to her that maybe even you are hoping she will show if she does return for a second season.
Honestly, I hope so. Because if she doesn't show that side of her, then, that's what she stands to gain out of being on TV is that kind of self-reflection won't happen unless you're on TV
Yeah.
and you have a wide audience of people that are like noticing your bad behavior. And then you get to have, if I wasn't on TV, I probably never would have gone through IVF, checked my fertility, frozen my eggs, known that I wanted a kid. All of the self-reflection that I got to have happened because there were people that were following my life that were rooting for me. And that actually helped me along a lot.
Yeah.
I was going to say about Sky, I noticed this episode, I think it was Tannen who said that she actually came to this country by herself and like that her family, that was her family was Tannen and hanging out with them. But obviously Sky hasn't shared that herself. And I was wondering, do you think that kind of plays into this whole like, oh, I like sit on this throne of gold and like whatnot, where it's like she doesn't want people to know like her past or like what hurts her. So that's why she's so defensive about like liking Erewhon or not living in the Valley.
Okay, so she does say that her dad came from humble beginnings, but there's a huge disconnect between that and being better than everyone else. So I think that she can come back and clarify,
Yeah.
right? So she kind of threw everyone in the group of like her falling out with Golnessa, and then it's like we also can't come on the show just to present what we think would be a good image.
Right.
So that part.
Because that's what I said. I think I would have some I had some feelings for her when I heard that because I was like, oh, okay, like maybe this adds some like layers where I'm like, instead of seeming so pretentious that it's like, oh, if we got to see the other side of you.
Well,
Yeah.
do you guys, are you watching Beverly Hills? Housewives?
Yes.
It's kind of like with Amanda. It's like the moment she's talking to Erica and she kind of opens up about like the cult, whatever, Erica's like, oh, this is what you should be talking about with the girls to make them like you.
Right.
Like you're a real person. And I think I wonder if like with Sky, if she would just allow herself, like what you were saying, that vulnerability, just to
Dude.
kind of like.
I think that Amanda and Sky are like the same person,
Yeah.
but how many times from the first day that we met you
Mhm.
all the way through, with the exception of her giving Dorit advice for needing to be more financially aware of her situation, I thought that part was great. But every person who takes every opportunity to one up and like,
Yep.
I just did this with crystals and then her welcome mat in her house looked like she overnighted it from Amazon. So cheap and ugly. It was like the most
Money magnet.
I literally was like, I feel like this is a bad sign for like burglars. Like,
Yeah. Especially in
they're like, oh,
LA.
she's the money queen. We should go in.
Yeah.
There's probably cash sitting on the kitchen counter.
On a lighter note, I mean, I'm obsessed with Reza. I absolutely love him. And you said your line, and now I realize why I love him so much, because when you said Reza's love language is his 2 cents, I was like, that is why I fuck with him. But to that point, why you call it a love language, you can tell with Reza, like, he does have an opinion and he certainly will share it, but he really loves his people and he really seems to have his people's best interests in mind. And he's not doing it to be a dick or to make you feel less than. It seems like it really comes from a really loving place.
When you have Reza in your life, you have a very smart person in your camp. He sees things and calls them out in ways that nobody else can. No one does. And that's why he is such a high value human being.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no one else that will say it or that will think to even construct the opinion. And it's so fun. And yeah, he's very passionate and we hope he always stays that way.
What's it like working for Mo?
I need to know.
Oh my God. He's really smart. He's really chill. He's very like polished and professional, but there's also like a bohemian aspect to what he does. And he's self-made. And because it's a collaboration, right? So when you're working with someone and you want to run things by people, what a better person, you know, like there's, that also goes for Emil, who is a managing partner. There's a list of people at the agency who are the big dogs, the A game. It's so impressive to be around a community of people that just like know how to be the best at real estate. So I love it. I mean, I was a real estate agent, took a break during motherhood and everything, and then came back into it. And I was always really proud of like, it's where you learn the ropes that matters.
Yeah. How and how's it going now that you're back in the real estate game? Are we on our way to $1 million?
Yes, I'm so busy. Where's the wood? Here it is. Let me knock. I am really busy. It's really nice this time around to see that, you know, I do get the phone does ring for work that wouldn't have come any other way. And he's right. I don't need to go door knocking. I do need to be more like in front of a bigger audience. It's funny because I was so scared to door knock anyway. And someone was like, wait, people don't like, there's like, you have the right to like shoot people. No one wants someone to come to their door unannounced. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. It's like, can cross that off my list, actually throw it away because I actually don't need to do that. But I did live in a neighborhood where we are hanging out a lot in our, you know, front yards with our dogs and our babies and our, you know, so like, I think I just meant like, let's like have a mixer.
You just wanted the neighborhood to know that like none of you better use anybody that doesn't have a sign with my face on it. That's
exactly.
all. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Hang
You
out.
own that neighborhood.
Block party.
Literally.
That kind of a thing.
Can I come?
Are
Yeah,
you
exactly.
watching Traitors this season?
I am. I might be a couple episodes behind, but you know what the thing is, like whenever they show these long 7-minute clips of all of the shows that you're watching on Instagram, it kind of fills you in.
Yeah.
It's kind of a disservice, but it also helps you stay on top. But yeah, what were you going to ask me about it?
I was just I mean, every single episode that I watch, I feel like I will always say justice for MJ. Like the way that they, and I like Justin is there too. We will just like, we won't let it go.
Right. Okay. So right now the chatter is, well, it's the game is to be a traitor. So you have to be a traitor. No, it's not just that. There's also the humanity of it. That's why what CT chose to do was not split $200 3 ways. He needed it to be a 50-50 split, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't do it because it was really a game. And there is an obvious difference between I could have too. I could have banished him I had the opportunity. I didn't want to because it was the shitty thing to do as a human. That's why when you are faithfuls up against each other, you ended the game together, then it wasn't just about the game.
So to your point, it isn't just a game.
Right.
Because that's the excuse everyone uses. It's a game. Get over it. And it's like, no, that's hurtful.
Yeah.
And also Bananas would tell me a lot about how ruthless it is to be on the challenge. You know, Johnny Bananas.
Oh, yeah.
He
So
did
they're
one of the
almost
most
kind of
ruthless
maybe-
moves of all.
They like
Yeah.
can't separate the
They're
two.
kind of immune to that feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he said that CT is like a prize fighter, that like he lives in a cage somewhere in a cave and they'll just take him out to fight and then they'll put him back in and he'll just like stay somewhere in like recluse until it's time for his next game.
His next meal.
Yeah. But he did like the way he ended the game with putting Trishelle on that table and kind of mounting her was like not very cool. I was like, okay, it's a good thing I went home.
He said, I see myself out.
Exactly.
All right, Mercedeh, we know you have to get going, and I gotta say, it's just so great having you on the show. Thank you for being so vulnerable and open to having obviously some of these difficult conversations. You're a breath of fresh air. We love seeing you back on our TV. And congratulations on the Valley Persian Style. It's one of our new favorite shows.
So good.
I said this to Gulnessa. I love the men, most of the men on this show, because I think we don't get to see a lot of good examples of healthy men on this show. And I think your community has some good apples, and it's been really nice to see.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
and I'll
Cynthia.
see you guys
Miss you.
Thanks,
in the
Mercedeh.
streets. Hopefully.
Come back
Yeah.
and let us know how we can help with real estate. You know, I can post a listing for it if you ever need.
Absolutely.
Let me know.
Well, you know, we can always go house hunting whenever
we can
you
all
guys
go
are in
door
town.
knocking with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. I would love that.
All right, you're the best. Thanks for.
That's right.
She's such a good interview. Just her energy
no.
is so. I mean, even we're not in the same
Amazing.
room, but
She's so personable. She
Yeah.
makes eye contact.
I'm telling you guys why we met at Crystal's dinner party and like immediately fell in love with each other. It's like she's so easy to just talk to and like connect to.
She really is.
Yeah, she's just, I was telling Sierra after she left, I was just like, she's such an intentional person who, like, yeah, she really just engages with everyone she's talking to and wants just like a genuine interaction with everyone. And I think that's a very special quality in a person.
100%.
unfortunately, while we were recording with Mercedeh, we got some devastating news that many of you, I'm sure, are already aware of now that this episode is coming out a day later. But we just learned that Mary Cosby's son has passed, Robert. You know, obviously, we don't have any words other than our hearts go out to Mary, and her love for him was so evident. And this is devastating news. So I think we just wanted to acknowledge Mary's loss, and we just wanted to send Mary and her family and her church and her entire community all our love and in this very difficult time. You know, before we continue the show.
Now that I am a mother, an adult, I am no longer wasting my money on fast fashion. I am investing in pieces that will last me a lifetime, and I'm getting those pieces from Quince. Quince works directly with top factories and cuts out the middlemen, so you're not paying for brand markup, just quality clothing. Everything is built to hold up to daily wear and still look good season after season. Quince has the everyday essentials that you love with quality that lasts. Their Mongolian cashmere sweaters are a product that I will wear until the end of time. It is a product that I will continue to gift people because it is so good. They look so good. They hold up. Their cashmere sweater for $50. It's like, what more could you want? Quince is also just doing so many good things in every other market where their bedding, bath, cookware, their baby clothes. I've gotten so many new things for the twin girls from Quince because the quality is just so good. And if you're in the market to be gifting someone, you've got to check out their expandable carry-on suitcase. It is ultralight with super sturdy shell, interior compression panels, and a removable laundry bag for your dirty clothes. Also, their organic Turkish waffle robe is so good. It makes you feel like you're sitting in a spa in like Europe. It's chic. It's amazing. It's comfortable. It's everything you need. So refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/VIALL for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/VIALL. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/VIALL. obviously we are getting ready to turn a room into a nursery, right? We've got 2 babies coming. We've got to like make some space. We got to move some things around. We've got to get some storage in here. We got to get some organization in here. And I am leaning towards Wayfair. A lot of what you see in our studio is from Wayfair. It's been our go-to for finding stylish, functional pieces quickly when we need to refresh a space. And it's exactly what I'm leaning on right now during this time of like nesting panic, because they have so many amazing things on Wayfair. And it is so convenient because whatever I'm like envisioning in my head, I just search it on Wayfair and then of course they have it. It's a huge selection of home decor items that makes it easy to find exactly what's right for you. But also if you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit bigger, maybe you're looking for a hot tub, a trampoline, a playground, a gazebo, like the bigger outdoor items, Wayfair's also a destination for all of those things. And Wayfair makes it easy with fast and free shipping. And even on the big stuff, they will help you set it up. So get organized, refreshed, and back on track this new year for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
We do have part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Another good episode.
These women don't hold back.
No, they're incredible.
But they also do it in a way where they're still kind of friendly with each other. Have you noticed that?
Jazzy came out.
Well, Jazzy, I mean,
Jazzy is Jazzy.
who was it that was like,
Girl.
you were a friend of, and now you're a friend of none?
I'm such a huge
He said
fan.
you failed at your job.
Tia.
But that's,
Yeah,
I think
Tia.
that's what, to your point,
That's what I was saying.
yeah,
is
it's
that they're
just
like
like,
poking
it's
at each other.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
like
It's
they
not-
know, like it's very I feel like it's the most whimsical of the housewife franchises. Like they're having fun shading each
Like
other.
the only person who takes it serious is Angel.
Yes.
And like the rest of them, like
Well,
I mean, they take it personally, but they know, like, you know.
no, like
I
giving
also-
us the flashbacks of Karen being like,
Well, that was Ashley, yeah. Because then it's Ashley being like, you're right. Like sometimes I have to realize that maybe
Yeah.
the group dynamic has changed and we were a little bit more cutthroat than we are now.
No, one of my favorite moments was was it Andy being like, Ashley, you were rumored to be dating a congressman or like a government
It was Giselle.
worker. And then no, Giselle tells on herself because she was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you were talking about me, but Stacey's immediate thing goes, that's impossible. Girl, they didn't even get the whole thought out. And she was like, nope, not with your history.
and she said, I am an upstanding woman, capital
I-
U.
Use
No, I-
capital U.
I thought about it, how like other reunions, you're sitting next to your friends. It's like, this is the friends on this side, this is the friends on this side. The whole right side of the couch was like, not friend of friend of friend. Like they're all just mad at each other going down the line. Like it was Stacey not being friends with Ashley, not being friends with Kay, not being friends with Angel.
Yes.
I do
with
think
Jazzy.
I do like the way they did that in this reunion because it does get kind of annoying when like the allies are on the couch next to each other. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, put the people that hate each other next to each other so they have
like
to.
Stacey
Side
and
eye.
Ashley.
No side conversations.
Yeah.
Because I don't need the subtitles while
true.
someone else is talking.
true.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Also, justice for Ashley. Like, she just made out with a hot guy 10 years younger than her. And it sounds like,
No, and that was crucial information to hear that
Mhm.
Charisse has been
she
like,
got the green light.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
Crucial
I'm saying.
information.
I think everyone else was just mad because they weren't offered.
exactly. Live your truth, diva.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it also, like, why were they all coming for Ashley? I didn't really get the whole, oh, as soon as cameras went down, you started dating him again. Ashley came on the show and was like, yeah, no, we're still hanging out. You know, she acknowledged she's been digmatized by him. I mean, like, people break up, people get back together.
I think that was just a specific trigger to Stacey because she just got reamed through the coals last season with her
Yeah.
relationship with TJ. And so she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, so you can performatively break up with somebody and then decide to see them again after you humiliate them on television?
But I pay to have someone play my boyfriend, and suddenly we're going too far.
So, what, have you never heard of the QVC before?
What have you never heard of acting? Have you never heard of length, drama, stones?
bit.
A bit?
Thank you.
Stacey, you're safe with us.
I just want to give Monique some more props. I just think it's such a breath of fresh air to see someone show real growth. And
Yeah.
most of what I've learned about Monique is more like the flashbacks about her past, but like she was such a delight to interview last week. She brings such good energy.
I'm excited to see whatever it is that is on her phone.
Yeah.
Yup.
And I like that Monique was kind of like, it's not so much like, she's like, you could date Chris for all I care. It's not so much about that. It's how you're going about it. It's the lying where it's just like, again, all of our troubles would be so much less like so much smaller if we stopped trying to hide things in the sense of lying about things, because then keeping up with the lie
Well,
That's your reputation, Stacey.
I know, but here's the problem: is that like Stacey knows how to create a character of herself, and the character of herself is kind of based off of Stacey B. Lyon, and so it's like, what else is she supposed to do? Tell the truth?
You're sorry.
All right, well, next week they have the finale of the reunion, and we'll get to find out what is on Monique's phone, and the Grand Dame makes an appearance, which I think is going to be amazing.
Huge.
Honestly.
I'm so excited.
It's like it's my debut of her, really seeing her with the other housewives. So I'm very, very excited about that. All right, well, up next we have Kate Chastain. She's on this new season of House of Villains, which is out now, and she is up next. Kate, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. First of all, how have you been? What's new? How's life?
Life is good. I was actually supposed to be in New York right now, but the blizzard happened, so I'm in warm Florida, which is for the best. It postponed my trip a week, and a Florida girl, I was not prepared for the amount of snow they received.
Yeah, I don't even think the New Yorkers were.
Right.
Yeah, it looks a little intense there.
I was just out there and I had to fly home a day earlier, else I would have gotten stuck out there. They had 3,000 canceled flights on that Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yikes.
Well, you are a busy bee. You're on the upcoming season of House of Villains, which we're really excited to see. What I love about you, Kate, amongst many things, is the way you are a true reality TV star professional, in the sense that like you embrace the villain edit, if you want to call it, the same way like a WWE superstar does. And like, you know what I'm saying? And I really think that's where reality TV needs to go, right? Like, I don't know if you follow wrestling. I'm not a big wrestler, but as a kid, it was one of those things where it was like, is it real? Is it not real? And people kind of pretended that these were like real villains. And now when you watch wrestling, it's like, you know that they're still playing a character and you can still have fun with the villain edit, so to speak. And I think you do that masterfully on reality TV, whether it's Traitors, whether it's House of Villains, because as a human, like, you're just a lovely person, but like, you don't try so hard to be this polished, perfect person out of fear that like some people online might like have something like mean to say. And where does that come from? And have you always embraced being a reality TV star that way?
That's a very good point about the wrestling versus reality TV. I see the similarity, but also like when I'm filming something, I don't necessarily put it on extra like a WW wrestler.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just really reacting how I am. But in general, reality television puts you in situations that it's going to test your patience.
Yeah.
So I'm always being accurate, whether I'm throwing money off a mountainside or like making a big dick blanket. Like, that's really how I feel in the moment. I would do that without cameras. But House of Villains was super fun because it does lean into that, right? It doesn't shame you for being like a little extra or saying how you feel. It encourages it. So it's always fun to like display your worst behavior because you feel like it.
Yeah.
Who else from Below Deck would you want to see on House of Villains?
I actually don't know if any of them are ready, to be honest.
Okay.
I really don't, because I wasn't totally ready when I walked in, because the whole cast is like a powerhouse of just these outrageous, strong personalities. I think Traitors is a really good boot camp, and House of Villains should be the next thing after Traitors, because I had more fun on House of Villains, which shocked me.
Really?
Well, it makes sense though, because I think you're just among friends and and anyone who's done reality TV knows what I'm talking about. And I'm sure you do, just like on Traitors. There are people who show up, and like what's beautiful about Traitors, you have all these different types of reality TV stars, right? And these kind of different environments that they're used to. You have your housewives, right? You'll have someone from Bachelor Nation. You'll have, someone from Below Deck, or, say Summer House, or someone who's just more of a, like Eric this year is like a musician, right? And like the social game that these people have to play, part of the game is to realize that, like, some people come in as gamers and they have a set playbook, and other people are there to entertain, all while playing a game. And that's kind of fascinating. I'm curious for you. It's just like, how I'm sure the way you've always had a big personality, I'm sure you receive, like all reality TV stars, criticism, critiques online. Are you just really good at kind of not giving a shit and managing that? Or have you had to get better at that over time?
Well, I've never really like cared that much about what people thought. To answer your first question, I've always had a very rebellious spirit. Like my mom's like, I love rules. Rules make me so happy. I'm like, I hate rules. If I hear a rule and someone's like, you can't do that, I want to find out the hard way. And even now I know usually I should just listen, but there's just something inside me I can't turn off. That's like, I don't care what anybody says. I just want to go my own way. So when there's negativity online, for the most part, I think you ignore them for the most part, but it's fun to clap back every now and then.
Yeah. Are you watching the season of Traitors?
I'm very caught up.
I'm really curious what you think, because it seems like a lot of the faithfuls left are not all that interested in the game. It kind of feels like, and they really, we had the opportunity to interview Natalie, who's a gamer, and it was really interesting hearing her perspective, because from her point of view, she feels like some of the faithful, and we even got to see Johnny be like, I think the traitor is Rob and Eric, and it is, but yet in the round table, they still voted out Natalie. It's just like, wait, we're at this stage in the game where, like, are you actually trying to win, or what is your purpose here? And I feel like this season needs someone like you to kind of like call people out, because the only one who seems brave enough to do that is Rob the traitor.
I mean, there is something that happens in that castle fever towards the end. And I would know because both seasons I make it to the finals.
Period.
There's something that happens where you care about the game, but also this feels like the only world that you've ever lived in, because you haven't talked on your phone in 3 weeks. You are so in it, and it's crazy how quickly you forget about the outside world. So you really are just focused on the people you're in this world with and how you can stay and who you like. It really becomes a lot of that if you don't keep your mind in it. And that's probably why Natalie went home. She's a gamer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you also had Tara being like, someone just please murder me tonight. Like, I'm done, guys. I want to go home. I can't do this anymore. It's like, okay.
It's intense. It is intense when you're there. And sometimes you do feel that way. I mean, or multiple times you're like, you know what? Pick me. I voted for myself at a round table once, and the producers were like, Kate, you're not allowed to do that.
Are there people from your world, whether it's Below Deck or just Bravo in general, that you would like to see on another season of Traitors?
I would love to see Chef Ben. He's currently on Below Deck Down Under. He would be very good at Traitors, because he's been lying to me for over a decade, and I'm still friends with him. So he's just very charming, and also he's British, so I think he would feel right at home.
Yeah.
He went to boarding school with the royal family. He's like was raised in a castle, pretty much.
Oh, really? Wow. How did he end up on a boat?
Well, I think he's also a rebellious spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you really not know Tiffany Pollard's name?
She also goes by New York. So me being polite, I was going to let her choose. I didn't know if I called her Tiffany, would she be mad? If I called her New York, would she be mad? The truth is, she was going to be mad no matter what.
Right. Right.
What do you think of Fraser being a Chiefs stew?
Fraser, I love him. He's also, it's like, are you too chic to be here, Fraser?
Yeah.
His Instagram is always Aspen, Monte Carlo, Turks and Caicos, Tobago. I'm like, you're already living the life, Fraser, but
I feel like he almost belongs on the other side on Below Deck as one of the guests.
Yes.
Yeah, fancy pants.
So I think he really elevates the whole program.
What was it like to interact with Christine Quinn?
And this is being totally honest, I never watched her show, but I'd kind of heard of her.
Sure.
She's like real life Barbie, and I mean that as a compliment. Her hair is like 26 inches long. Like her hair is extra blonde. Like everything's just extra. Her clothes are extra. Her personality is extra. She's a hard one to describe. She did go to acting school. And the funniest thing about her that I remember from the house is one day we're just like doing her makeup or something in New York. She goes, God, I just love watching New York's process, you know? I was like, okay. Should I have a process? I didn't know we had processes in this house.
That's amazing. And for people who haven't given House of Villains a chance, why should people watch this season?
I did not give House of Villains a chance either for 2 years, and but now it's on Peacock, and Peacock is a great, judge of good television, as we see with Traitors, and I'm on it, and I think that people don't realize it's so fun. It's what I wish Traitors was. Traitors is very buttoned up. There's so many rules. There's so much that happens in the Traitors castle between the cast members that they don't ever show because they are strictly about the game. Like Ekin-Su and Peter Pilot guy, like pretty much falling in castle love. You guys saw none of that. And there's so much interesting stuff. So House of Villains is not as strict, and it leans into the ridiculousness of all of these strong personalities under one roof playing a game.
Is there any other tea you got about in Traitors Castle that we didn't get to see? Because I would love to see some more showmances.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, this is really interesting, and it really did affect the way people reacted at the round table. That's why Pilot Pete was just so ready to find the traitors after Ekin-Su was murdered, because he was mad his love was gone. It's just part of the story. So House of Villains breaks the fourth wall often and enthusiastically, and it's so fun. I've never laughed so hard as filming a show or watching what I've seen so far.
That's amazing.
How was it filming with Tom Sandoval?
It's exactly, unfortunately, what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
That's what I say about Tom. He doesn't surprise you. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're getting with Tom, and it's just really up to you to have the right expectations.
I was hoping for a surprise.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think, and I mean this with love with Tom, I just don't think he's sophisticated enough to surprise you. The best he can do is just be 100% of who he is. And I feel like he does that.
A great House of Villains, Tom Sandoval, behind the scenes tidbit is that the man was working hard at those cameos in his walk-in closet for hours every night. We knew Tom was doing his cameos in his closet when we heard the trumpet come out.
I was so bad at cameos. I was like, happy birthday. All right. Well, enjoy your day. Tom really goes for it. You're getting every bit of your money's worth with Tom.
It's a production. He's costumes, he's lighting, he's instruments, he's dance moves.
Oh my God.
Good for him.
I know, he's an entertainer.
What else are you watching these days? What else is going on in your normal life?
I have a toddler, but that's not that interesting. What am I into? Oh, well, I was at the Super Bowl with Peacock, which was really cool. I mean, who would have thought that all of these different things I did in my life would make me the perfect NBC Sports Super Bowl commentator?
Literally.
Because they were promoting Traitors and House of Villains, and it was on a boat.
Wow.
That's
what a dream.
Perfect.
Wow.
That was super fun.
The household, you guys have any questions for Kate?
I actually do have a question. So you're from Florida. I'm from Florida. And I just wonder, one, do you think being from Florida made you a better decky? And two, do you think people from Florida just make better reality TV stars?
What part of Florida are you from?
I lived in Polk County and Winter Haven, and then Vero Beach and Sarasota.
Oh, hey, Melbourne Beach. Vero Beach is my little neighbor.
Oh my God, where are you?
I'm in Melbourne Beach, which is
Oh, yeah.
I live here. I have a theory about Florida. Everybody thinks Florida's there's the memes, Florida man, Florida's crazy. I tried living in New York City, and so I wanted to have the experience, and I would wear all black, but I couldn't get the Florida off me. People just knew.
You're just built different. Yeah,
I'm just Florida, and I love that about me. But I think that Florida is going to be like the new Mormons. There's the Palm Royale is out. There's a bunch of reality shows based in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I think that if Mormons can become the Bachelorette and have a hit show on Hulu and be a breakout star of Dancing with the Stars, if Mormons can be in the zeitgeist in that way, I think Florida is next.
I
agree.
think that's a really
Thank
excellent
you.
take, because it's almost like people from Florida, they're
awesome.
part of the United States, but they also have a little bit of no one's like us, and they kind of operate on a whole different playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it has a lot to do with the weather. Living in a cold climate, I learned you have to have your shit together. You have to get matches. Well, not matching. We have to get socks. You have to get right shoes for
Oh my
ice or
God.
snow.
Not soft.
You have to have a sweater, a puffer.
You have
think
to
about
layer.
the weather. Do I have an
Ugh.
umbrella? Do I need the umbrella? It's just a lot to think about just to get out the door. In
Mm-hmm.
Florida, where are my flip-flops? You know?
Exactly.
So it allows people to be a little more free.
I completely
Do
agree.
you think your time on Below Deck is done, or would you be interested in ever going back?
There's not a chance. Florida would have snow, 3 feet of snow before I went back to Below Deck in a working capacity. Absolutely not. But I do think it would be really interesting, and I need to send an email to someone to have me back as a charter guest.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if your season's hitting a slump, call me.
That would be like a great Below Deck spinoff of almost like a
All Stars.
maybe like a House of Villains type of, like the way Traitors has an ensemble cast and House of Villains has an ensemble cast, and they bring back, reality TV stars from different shows, like a Below Deck, like smorgasbord of reality TV stars having
All-stars.
to do something and make it some kind of competition show while integrating the best of Below Deck stuff.
Well, there was an episode of Real House of Salt Lake City where
Yes.
they were guests on Below Deck, and just the synergy crossover, like those were great episodes, and now we're getting to see the back end from the Below Deck episodes, and it's just great. So we need a charter guest of villains to stress out the crew and to be on vacation.
Are you a big Housewives fan?
I am. I really am. I like some franchises more than others. I mean, I think Salt Lake City is cooking with gas. I like how they've leaned into the campiness. There's choral music. It's just so fun.
Would you ever be a housewife?
I always thought when I was on Below Deck that every other show on Bravo just had it made because we had to actually work and their life was easy. But that's not the case because they have to make their social, personal life the plot line. Like we had the mechanism of the job to get upset with each other about. I'm not sure how good I would be at, putting my friendships out there that much to drive a show.
No, it really is. I think people really take that for granted. The vulnerability and the just emotional stress that it takes to be a housewife. And to your point, I imagine on Below Deck or House of Villains, you have the ability to turn it off or kind of go back to the real world. And there's really the lines are so blurred for a housewife of what is my TV persona and what is my life off of a camera. And it's really I really have a lot of admiration for all the housewives who are able to do it so seamlessly.
Yeah, exactly.
Kate, you're the best. We love you. Check out House of Villains, everybody.
It's out now. It's
out
super
now.
funny. Thank you so much, guys. It was a great
Thanks
time.
for coming. So
You're
great to
always
see
welcome,
you.
Kate. We love having you on. Be well. Take care.
You as
Bye.
well. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, well, that will do it for today's episode. Thank you to our guests, Kate Chastain and Mercedeh. We appreciate them both, and we appreciate you all listening. We'll see you back all next week. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.